Welcome again, sports fans. So we've another late start, 2 games, 2 late starts. We appreciate your patience again. Just some technical stuff we're working through. So welcome to Game 2 of the DNA Swag 2021 Hoop Classic. This is now the first boys game of the day, and this is Bernice McNaughton Highlanders against the Riverview High Royals. And I'm joined to start with, until my esteemed guest Taya Bailey arrives, I'm joined by the Crandall head coach and all-around good man Todd McKillop. How are you, Todd?
Doing great, Dave.
And welcome to your new gym.
Yeah, it's starting to really take shape, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
you like it in here.
Yeah, definitely like the things that's going on here at Crandall.
So to set the score here, fans, as like I say, we start a little bit late here. We've got a 5-4 Riverview lead now. And these teams, Todd, look, Riverview is and McNaughton perennial are strong teams. I think probably it's generally accepted Riverview has a little bit of a step up early on them in the year. They're very experienced, they're very deep. But what do you know about the Bernice McNaughton Highlanders and how they play?
Just that well-coached team. They've over the past few years they've had a lot of tradition in their program. Again, I think they're a little bit youthful this year compared to the Riverview squad, who what I've been seeing so far this year, Riverview's been rolling pretty smooth, which is indicative of a very veteran team.
Yeah, they've had a couple early losses. They've been a little bit beat up, but had a couple of big wins on the weekend over St. Malachy's, and Harrison Trimble got a little bit rolling, are a little bit healthier this week. They got their big gun Tyler Stoyles back, who we'll talk about a lot. He's already made a 3 in this game. He's got incredible range. Speaking of range, there's a lefty 3 from number 9, Ethan Hansen. Doesn't go. And fans, as I did in the first game, I ask you to bear with me a little bit. As everybody has, I have not been able to see these guys play as much as I want to the last couple of years, so I am not quite as familiar. There might be a little bit of number 3 passes to number 8 here a little bit as I get used to re-familiarizing myself with these guys as we go. And a nice flip inside there by number 3. And let me get there we go. Number 3, let me reset that as Caleb Ballard inside for 2 points. Off the pick and roll goes Ethan Hansen. That's going to go out of bounds. Riverview ball.
You know, for most of us, we have to kind of give these guys 2 years of maturity because we haven't really seen them play in 2 years.
Yeah, well,
and a lot changes from grade 9 to 11 or 10 to 12.
Yeah, well, I talked to the coaches, and that's what they said a lot. A lot of these grade 11s that were supposed to get a lot of experience last year, and a lot of them the first year in varsity, it's like they're still in their first year of varsity, getting used to the speed of, because it's a big step up from JV to varsity. Speed of the game, physicality, and some of these guys, as Bernice McNaughton forces a 24-second shot clock violation from Riverview. You're not going to see that a lot out of Riverview. Trust me, as an alum, I've seen a couple of their games. They're not going to go 24 seconds without shooting the ball. These guys, too much talent. Ballard on the wing in a screen roll there with Cooper Carson. The shot is up and missed, but run down in the corner there by Jack Orozco, and they didn't reset the clock, so blown dead by the referees, and they reset the clock. So yeah, good. This place looks dynamite, Todd, and they're not even done yet. They're doing the floor on Sunday, are they not?
Yeah, floor starts next week, so
gonna look pretty sharp in here.
It's after Christmas. It's gonna look pretty sharp in here.
Nice. And how has your start been with in your new position here at Crandall? How you've see your first half?
Great. You know, that's kind of what I said. That I'd love to be 5-2 going into the Christmas break. Would have loved to have been 6-1, but we let a couple slip away, which is going to happen. League is really tight this year, right from top to bottom. It's anybody can beat anybody on any given night, so it's going to make for some entertaining basketball. And I don't know if you saw the clip of our win on the weekend.
I did.
You know, it's there's been a lot of those this year. So.
Yeah, already. Yeah, and it's the same way. If you talk to the coaches, it's the same way for the high school. They've said this is as wide open a year at the senior men's level for getting to the Aiken Center as they've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely.
Some teams, Neil Smith, the Moncton High coach, gave me a list of 9 teams off the top of his head that he thought had a reasonable chance. And that list doesn't go too much further some years than at Fredericton High School, but not this year. As laying it in at the other end is number 8, Cooper Carson on the left to give the Highlanders a 3-point edge. Matt Susie for Riverview drives inside. That's a tough shot. Almost kissed it home. back the other way. Comes Caleb Ballard. Missed, but a follow there by Jack Orozco. Lays it in, and it's a 5-point game. And McNaughton being physical on the defensive end. Riverview not really getting much of what they want so far. Real physical out of Bernice McNaughton, which is how they want to play defensively.
Riverview just doesn't seem to be moving the ball that well right now.
No, it's not.
Sticking in the guard's hands too much, and they're just trying to work that early pick and roll way too hard.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a disease going on province-wide with a lot of teams, a couple tournaments in, but not very many practices. And some teams have played 2 tournaments and had 4 practices. I mean, that's not going to be conducive to really pretty offensive ball. Sometimes the defense is ahead of the offense at this time, and especially in COVID times, that seems to be the case at the high school level. We talked about in the first game, the Bernice McNaughton girls waited until, as the ball goes out of bounds, we'll stay with McNaughton. Bernice McNaughton waited until their field hockey season was over just to start practicing with the girls, and had to actually rent out of their own pocket the YMCA to get some practices in.
Yeah, and the other issue, you look at Moncton High's probably been hit the worst.
Yep.
With pretty much 25 school days missed between COVID and the strike, and Trimble at 20. Riverview and McNaughton didn't get any other than the strike days, but just a bizarre times.
And a rundown block there by Caleb Gautreau. Orozco tried to get it in again, but that's not good decision making. And again, the decision making in the first girls game left a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
Again here, a little bit decisions with the ball. And Matt Susie's a grade 12 guy. And he expects, I think, Coach expects to be making him to be making better decisions over there. Does Mark McAleese from his seniors. And blown dead again. I think there's another clock issue. McNaughton will get it on the side. 10-5 lead here early. 4:06 remaining first quarter in our first boys game here, the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic, back after a year off. Thanks for watching, everybody. The kids appreciate it, I know that. They're excited to have their games on, streaming on YouTube. And another block from Riverview. McNaughton retains possession, 14 on the clock. And McNaughton seems to be the better team so far of, you want paint touches.
Yeah. Definitely.
Whether it's off the bounce or whether it's on the pass, and Riverview's not gotten very many paint touches in McNaughton.
Well, they've been patiently moving the ball from side to side and then attacking.
Yep.
Riverview's just trying to attack one side, so that's not gonna work. See if they can kind of get the ball moving.
And a good box out from the bespectacled one, Marcus Hunt-Mugga, but they turn it back over. And blown dead again. And I didn't hear why that one was blown dead. McNaughton will sub it in again. Explain to me how a guy can play with glasses on.
I'm not quite sure.
Since Kurt Rambis, I haven't seen it done very well. And I don't know how Marcus does it, but he bangs down there pretty well. For a guy, new arrival to Riverview from Ontario last year, and fits in well. The guys love him, and he's really talented and got good size.
I've got a guy on my coaching staff did a pretty good job playing with glasses on too. So Alex Robichaud.
Oh, Robichaud.
He used to have the goggles.
He did okay. Yeah, but goggles. See, that's the difference.
Yeah.
He's playing with. Man, I don't know how. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I'm thinking I'm going to lose my glasses everywhere I go. So good on Marcus. And some subs are back in. So Stoyles joins back in for Riverview. And number 5, Jaron Puna into the game for McNaughton. Stoyles off the screen, and he gets stuck. And again, Riverview just picking up the ball out, not getting any paint touches. If it's moving side to side, it's on the dribble. And that's a good roll there by Hunt-Mugga, but he can't collect it, gets it back out. And a three-pointer up by Mula Morrison. It's missed, but run down by Stoyles. He wanted it back quick. He had an opening there, and he wanted it. And again, we're going to have a shot clock reset. So a little bit of a struggle here with the shot clock so far for the bench, but they'll get it straightened out. And Stoyles will inbound it. Move Morrison at the top. Will initiate things. Huntmuga comes up for a screen. And a nice roll. He collects himself well and lays it in. Good footwork from Huntmuga. And a timeout. McNaughton as Riverview brings it back to within 3. So a much better job. Riverview these last couple possessions you talked about. You know, you want some paint touches, you want some patience, you want some ball movement. They've shown it here the last couple possessions.
Well, they've isolated with the big guy on that pick and roll, and they had him 2 or 3 times, couldn't get it to him clean, and they finally got it to him clean, and they're going to force McNaughton to make some type of adjustment as they clear the side out for him.
Yep.
Because he's setting up nice little sideline screen and then popping into open space, going to the hoop. So.
And they love doing that normally with Nelson Rossiter, who is their big, and when I say big, I mean big. He's going to be playing offensive lineman in the AOS next year in football. An all-star in the football for the football team, rolled his ankle a little bit, so he's going to be out for a little bit. But he is a mountain of a screen setter, and so with him out, a guy like Huntmuga's getting a chance to play a little more playing time. And I was impressed with him a little bit on the weekend. He moves well for a guy his size, and got a little bit of a shot, and he's been effective here running that screen roll with Morrison the last couple times. Yeah. So. What kind of adjustment does McNaughton talk about at the break with that sort of thing?
They got to figure out. They got to get someone over onto the nail to bump him early on that. So by the time the low hole gets him, it's too late. So they need, as guys run to the other side, they're running with their guys to the other side. They need to stay someone in the middle of the court that can bump him a little, just so he's not open right off the initial.
And Riverview hopes that creates on the other side of the floor some sort of a open shot for guys like Tyler Stoyles, some of those 3-point shooters that they got. Kick back out top, and Caleb Ballard's going to run the show patiently. McNaughton's showing some good patience. He gets it back, and he's got a wide open 3, and he nails it. Good movement there, inside out. Another paint touch for McNaughton produces another wide open shot, and they've got the advantage here early, 13-7 on Riverview. And well defended out top by Cooper Carson, not letting Tyler Stoyles get downhill. He is great on the perimeter, stroking that 3, but you also don't want him to get downhill off the bounce because he's athletic and he can create for his teammates as well. And good job by Cooper cutting him off. And well defended there on not the shot that McNaughton wanted, I don't think, out of Matt Stewart, but well defended there by Riverview. Stoyles wants it, and he gets it taken. Cooper's doing a great job on him. The Riverview All-Stars not getting any air to breathe from Cooper Carson. And another 3 there from Ballard, and it comes up short. And it's cleared by Bryson Rinsler. Stoyles gets it to a wide open on the wing for 3. And that is Brennan Devereaux, and they are very high on Brennan Devereaux. Ideal size. Look at that length for a grade 10 with that shooting stroke.
That's the Deveraxes from Connaught Avenue.
Yes.
You got that Connaught Avenue blood in him.
Oh, and a nice board there from Huntmuga. Now translate for our listeners what Connaught Avenue blood
Connaught
means.
Avenue is a part of Moncton that a lot of early athletes came out of.
Yes.
There was a lot of families, the McNallys, the Oblinuses, the Deveraxes, that put kids through Trimble for years and years of very good athletes, and Ben's dad was one of those guys.
Oh, wow. That's a wide open 3, came out of nowhere, but a good kick out by McNaughton, but it goes in and out for number 11, Ryan Stultz. Devereaux looks to include Huntmuga again, and a good roll. And he's going to, that is a good call. That's a good block. Good block charge call there from Huntmuga. He put the ball on the floor, and they like that about him. They like that he can pass out of that. He makes good decisions. It's not just catch it and finish. Riverview's confident in his ability to catch the ball and move it off of that if he doesn't get a shot. So he's underrated a little bit as his ability to put the ball on the floor too. Stoyles to inbound. Into Morrison. Swings to Rinsler. Back to Devereaux. That's a called play for shot for Stoyles, but I'm telling you, Cooper Carson's not giving him any room to breathe. And he forces into one though. He's got that He's got some strength to him, Stoyles does. He's always been a shooter, but he seems to have put on a little bit of upper body strength, and he's getting a little bit better at getting the ball on the floor and creating and absorbing contact like that from a tough defender like Cooper.
You see that in the grade 12s when they come in. You know, you remember when you were playing, and you come back in grade 12, you have that confidence being a grade 12, but it's always aided by about an extra 10, 15 pounds of muscle at that age.
Is it ever? And you see that the difference between a guy like Devereaux, who's probably going to put on that weight between grade 10 and 12, and a guy like Caleb, who's definitely thickened up in the last couple of years. As we come down, the last shot of the quarter misses, rolls off, and rebounded by Riverview. We go to the first quarter break with a 13-12 advantage here for Bernice McNaughton. So, yeah, a bit of a messy quarter, I guess, from both teams. Not a lot of offensive, the punch that we expect from kind of either squad.
No flow. There's very little flow.
Yeah.
The Riverview didn't have a lot of flow to what they did. You know, the ball would get stuck quite a bit, and would touch one or two guys' hands. And you know, again, used to watching hoop classics from years past. You know, teams are starting to hit their stride right now after they've had 2 or 3 preseason tournaments. But again, this year coming off last year, and the summer before not having any ball. I suspect that's what it's going to look like for a while.
Yeah, we expect the ball to be a little bit prettier come Saturday. But like we talked about the girls' game, what I was impressed with in the first game, and I know you watched at least some of that, was they weren't lacking the intensity of they were treating it like it was and that's why it wasn't a pretty game to watch, but it was really entertaining. Those girls put a max effort in, and we'll see. I think probably them play a lot cleaner as the week goes on, and I suspect you'll see that out of these first guys' games as well. Probably start off a little bit messy, and McNaughton, of course, is dealing with they don't have their full coaching staff over there. Their coach,
that'd be interesting to see
today.
Saturday when the gym fills up with fans.
Exactly.
That's always been a big thing for the Hoop Classic.
Yeah.
You know, when everybody's here watching. So.
Yeah, it's always it's the atmosphere is always a big deal. Yeah, that's for sure. So Todd has to depart, and we appreciate his time, and he's got to take off. He's got other stuff to do. So I'm going to be alone on the mic for a bit over here, which is going to be an adventure, but we'll have Taya Bailey with us momentarily. And Stoyles in the corner misses a 3. Rebounded there by number 5, Joanne Puna. And Orozco initiates the offense. Over to Ryan Stultz. And a nice move inside and a floater there. That's a wild shot by Puna, but rebounded by McNaughton. Cooper Carson tries to make his way in, and he's tied up in there by Devereaux. Well done by him. Bernice McNaughton will be siding it out. Puna will be the guy inbounding the ball. In it comes to Stultz. He makes a move, and a nice design play there for Puna for 3. In and out, but rebounded by Stultz, and he'll clear the ball, a reset. 19 on the clock. Devereaux watches Carson in the corner. Up to Stultz, back to Carson. Looking for Ethan Brand on the roll, and he hits him, but he misses a 3. Another rebound inside by the smallest guy on the floor, Orozco. Puts it back up and in, and the Riverview coaching staff has to be frustrated with that defensive possession. A lot of chances for McNaughton, and Morrison runs a screen roll with Devereaux. Rejects the screen. Step back. Tough shot. Well defended by Stultz. And rebounded and tipped up in the air. Stoyles takes it away. Over to Morrison. He drives. He's going to lay it in for 2 with his left hand on the other side. Very well done by Morrison. And Riverview bringing the pressure now. He's trying to create some things with their athletes. And they do. They create an 8-second call, and it would have been a turnover anyway. That ball went out of bounds, so well done by Riverview, creating some, accelerating the action a little bit. I think they do. It behooves them to play a little bit of a quicker pace than McNaughton with maybe a few more athletes. McNaughton probably has, and they have a little bit of a experience and depth probably advantage over McNaughton, maybe slightly, but McNaughton. Oh, and they give up a wide open 3 there in the corner. That's in and out from Rinsler. But crashing the glass is Noah McDonald, and he attracts A defensive rebounding foul from McNaughton. It's going to stay with Riverview. So some hustle points here from McDonald. And checking in for McNaughton is number 13, Bradley Steele. Into Morrison in the corner. Rinsler, they're going to swing it all the way around, trying to create an opportunity for Stoyles, but that's the kind of thing they decided before. Yeah, he's pointing to himself, and he should. Is Brennan Devereaux. He knows. He made that decision to pass that ball before it even came to him, I think. He didn't look and see that play was being disrupted. You got to go to the second option on that. McNaughton's smart enough to know they're running everything through Stoyles, try to create as many shots for him as they can. He's a shot maker. Kicked out top to Stultz inside with the move. Strong move, but it just doesn't go for Steele. And Morrison's going to cross the timeline and set up the offense. Uses a screen, not there, but a good roll there. Accepting the contact is McDonald and finishes. Nicely done by him. And McNaughton, a little bit of run here by Riverview, and they take the lead for the first time here. Since it was 3-2, and then an offensive foul on the screen from Bradley Steele, and it's going to go the other way, and some wholesale changes here from Riverview. Trying to take advantage of their depth. And the guy I really liked when I saw him on the weekend, Blake Grossman, comes in for Riverview High. He had a heck of a game on Saturday. Stroked the three, banged inside, kind of above his height. Not afraid of contact, not afraid to bang around a little bit. A grade 11 kid. And Morrison again going through the screen of McDonald. And again, another tip pass in Riverview. Too many turnovers like we saw in that first game. A lot of turnovers. Getting the rust off are these girls and guys early in the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic. But that's a pretty move from Orozco. Wheels and deals and spins in the spin cycle for two. 17-16 now. McNaughton takes the lead again. And now a screen foul going the other way. You see that so often. A little bit of a makeup call, maybe, an even out call. One coach gets a certain type of foul, gets it in the ear of the referee. Hey, watch for it at our end too, and it's only natural that the ref does, and finds the same foul on the other end. Happens so often in the game. Oh, and inside goes, no travel, no foul there. Interesting no call, and a nice seal inside by number 7, Tyler Wilson, but it doesn't pay off for him. And then he commits the foul. So well done there. Everybody kind of stopped expecting a call there. And number 7, Tyler Wilson, didn't stop. He sealed his man on the side. Nice pass made to him. He just missed the bunny. That's been a calling card of these first game and a half. Missed bunnies as well. These players still getting their legs under them, missing shots they normally make. And again, Riverview, tough time getting into their offense, but from a broken play, Morrison gathers and knocks it down for two, and now this lead seesawing back and forth here as the second quarter proceeds. Inside is Steele, kicks it out, and almost banked in from Orozco, but rebounded nicely there by Grossman. Caleb Gautreau, pardon me. I was saying Morrison. That's Caleb Gautreau, excuse me. And he's picked off. And Steele now. Misses a bunny, but it's well followed there by number 1, Jack Orozco. And he was the guy that was moving. He was the one guy hustling on the floor. Riverview did not get back. Orozco did. And a nice roll again, but a nice block. But he does not give up, does Marcus Hunt-Mugga. Second effort, Ethan Brantz rejected him, but he did not give up, did Mr. Hunt-Mugga. Went back up and banked it in for two. Caleb Ballard, seeking, kicks it out. Steele doesn't want the three. Taking it against two. That's a tough decision, but he pays off for him. Puts his head down, and Hunt-Mugga commits the foul. And he's going to go to the line for 2 shots. And I try to be careful here. I might have to go to my golf announcer voice here when the when the gym calms down, I feel like I might be disrupting the guys at the line. So Bradley Steele, as I'm still waiting some accompaniment up here. Fans, you'll have to bear with it just being me here for a while until my man Taya Bailey joins me. And a good box out there by Riverview on the missed free throw, and we're going the other way. Hunt Mugga sets up that screen for Stoyles. There's no contact there at all. So he's got to kick it all the way back out to Grossman. And there's a lot of standing around and looking here at a Riverview. But Grossman's going to put the ball on the floor, flip it up, out of control though. And out comes Ballard. He headmans it to Orozco and a spin, but well defended there by Stoyles. Riverview not able to get out in the break, which they like to do, but McNaughton got back well. And we'll see if Stoyles can get going. And Hunt Mugga was begging for it, but did not get the ball. If I was him, I wouldn't have given it to him either, I don't think. He was standing straight up. Got to want that ball. He's got to call for it harder than that, but well defended at the other end by Riverview. You get a kick ball and stopping the clock again. And we're at 20-19 here with 4:16 left in the second quarter. Not a ton of offense here out of either team. Defense ahead of offense here in the early part of this game. Certainly, Riverview I watched on the weekend put up triple figures against St. Malachy's and did it kind of easily without three guys. So this isn't like them. Bernice McNaughton doing a job, but that's a job right there. What a floater by Ethan Hansen. His dad, a former champion at this tournament. Ethan Hansen looking to do it again. He'll probably be able to do it before his grade 15 year like his father, though. Hi, Kevin, if you're listening. Love you, guy. And a nice feed inside. Look at that. That's what you want out of Liam Rafferty, another coach's son. Gets it inside to Marcus Hunt Mugga for two. And Riverview on a bit of a run here now, up by 5. 24-19, 3:33 clock running second quarter. And well defended again. Excellent work by Rafferty. Questionable decision there on the break, but Hunt Mugga able to bat it to Rafferty, and a nice roll by him. Can't finish though, but he collects it with those long arms, back up for two. And Hunt Mugga really doing a job inside. And the coaching staff to fill in coach for McNaughton, Nick Earl, back from retirement and away from his 3-month-old, calls timeout. And this timeout, as all of our timeouts this week, are sponsored by Mark Beverly Wealth Management, Dominion Securities. And thanks to him for being our sponsor. Thanks to all our sponsors. I'll go through the sponsors. I haven't done that very much. The gold sponsors for the men's tournament: Advanced Health and Physiotherapy, Fresh Start Digital, Moncton Minor Basketball, Little Caesars, Advocate Printing, and Lounsbury Group. Thanks to everybody for your sponsorship of the tournament. We couldn't do it without you. And of course, DNA Swag, our title sponsor. Our venue, Crandall University. Thanks to them. And yeah, we couldn't do it without you guys, so much appreciated. Out of this timeout, Bernice McNaughton trails 26-19. They want to keep this within reach as the break comes up. Riverview's depth and offensive versatility, their ability to get out on the floor, create a little havoc, their length, causing some problems for Bernice McNaughton the last couple of minutes. McNaughton's done a great job defensively and probably has deserved a little bit more offensively. Just missed some bunnies, missed some open shots, kind of like how the Trimble girls team went earlier, pardon me, the McNaughton girls team went earlier, had a lot of open shots, couldn't make anything, couldn't throw it in the ocean, the poor girls in the first game. And they're no doubt, oh, and Dave, you got to take down your timeout sign at the end of each timeout. I swear I'll get that straight before the end of the weekend, people. I promise you. I'm alone up here. What can I do? And Riverview doing a much better job moving the ball side to side here. And that man never sees a wide open shot he doesn't like. And he's a gunslinger, and you love that about him because he'll make most of those. He missed that one, and McNaughton again just can't, makes a good offensive move and can't finish. And a little block out in the wing. Rafferty thought he had an open three. And that was who? That was Puna saying no. And he swings it over to number 2, Xander Tower, who's, I bet you, parents are watching right now. And a shout out to Jen and Drew if you are. Nice to see Xander out there playing. Pestering the ball at the top of the key. Ethan Hansen with a move, stops on a dime. Back out to the man of the half so far, Marcus Honmugga. He's got it going inside and out. And the lead stretches now to 9. As Ballard sets up the offense to Tower. And he's going to swing at the Puna. He goes baseline. Nice move. Probably if he kept it in his right hand, he might have had a chance at a three-point play, but no harm done. He's going to the line, and Matt Susi collects a foul. And that's going to be his first, I believe. And to the line for 2 goes Puna. And I think if I'm Riverview, I am very happy with this first half, given the fact that you told them they would have scored 28 points in this half. They would be pretty disappointed. Even against a good defensive team, they feel like they're going to put up more points than that. But they are defending well and taking advantage of McNaughton's misses. McNaughton probably feels like they should have more out of this half, and they collect a rebound on a missed box up by Honmugga, but he recovers, plays good straight-up defense and collects the rebound. And he goes up and sets the screen there for Susi. Off to Mulu Morrison. And taken away in the corner, and a jump ball, so well defended there. Little dribble happy again was Riverview on that possession. And you hear the bench of McNaughton saying, you're too quiet out there defensively, not talking enough. I don't think defense is really their problem. They're holding Riverview, a high-powered Riverview team, under 30 points so far in this half. That's not their problem. Their problem's at the other end, not finishing right now. And I feel like I got to go with the golf voice again, but here we go, a little more noise. Matt Susi on the attack, and look at that. Cooper Carson has been the defensive star so far in McNaughton and gets a lane at the other end. He's been terrific defensively as Cooper Carson earned himself a layup there at the other end. Love his D so far. He's talking up a storm. And Morrison thinks that should be a foul. But he's got to be tougher with the ball. He can't leave it open like that. McNaughton's got some tough characters here on the defensive end of the floor. And he has the look of a guy who's going to get himself a foul because he's upset and wants to take the ball right back. Let's see if he stays disciplined here on the ball. He does. And there goes Puna, but nice kick to the corner. Brand doesn't want it, but he wants it inside. He makes a nice baby hook. Ethan with the finish. And a couple of nice hoops here off of the timeout from McNaughton. This is the way they want to end the half. And Stoyles, who they've done a terrific job on so far, just 1-3 for him. That's the story of his offense so far, and he kicks it to the corner. And there's another 3 up by Susi, and it's off. And McNaughton's got a chance to bring it even closer here with 8 seconds left. And he's going to get a chance, is Ballard, but he misses. And there's a rebounding. Are they calling the rebounding foul? No. All the way from under the hoop. Referee sees at the three-point line a hit on Caleb Ballard, who's going to get 3 points basically to end the half and bring it back to perhaps as close as a 2-point game. Makes the first. And this is ideal end of the half for McNaughton, just what they needed. And not 90 seconds ago, I said you have to be pretty happy if you're a Riverview High fan, but at this point, you got to be some pleased if you're a McNaughton fan. They must be, I'm not sure what their percentage is. Like I said, we don't have real good stats. We're not going to have real good stats this weekend, people, but, oh, and they get a steal off of the missed free throw and almost end the half in a spectacular fashion, but we'll go to the break with the Riverview High Royals leading the Bernice McNaughton Highlanders 28-25 here in the first game of the men's side of the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic. And when I come back from break, friends, I will have some company with me to break up the monotony of my droning voice. I promise, people. So thanks for sticking with us through technical problems and all that sort of thing. I think we got those smoothed out. I think we're going to have a smooth rest of the weekend. And as we go to the half, it's 28-25 for the Riverview Royals. We'll see you back here for the second half. And welcome back for the start of the second half, everybody. This first guys game of the 2021 DNA Hoop Classic. I'm Dave Tingley, and I will be joined in a little bit by a special guest. He's running an errand for me at the moment, and I got to thank all the listeners out there. I did not, in running around before the game, my before game routine always includes checking the pronunciation of names of the players, just in case I'm screwing them up, and I was screwing a couple players' names up and I will not allow that to continue. Nothing bothers me more than doing that. I hate doing that, and it drives me crazy, so I will not do that again to you people. I apologize, and I will make it up to you here in the second half, I promise. So here we go, 28-25 Royals, and a turnover. Story of the first half. Going the other way, it's Cooper who lays it in for two. Cooper Carson, in my mind, the player of the first half for the Bernice McNaughton Highlanders. Did a great job defensively, holding Tyler Stoyles to nearly nothing. And here goes Stoyles again, not getting what he wants, and he's going to go over to Matt Susi. And there's a lefty three up by Ethan Hansen off the rim. Back it comes now, and running the show at the top for the Highlanders is Caleb Ballard. Into the corner for Puna, and he is long, and it's going to stay here with the Highlanders. In just one moment, fans, we'll be right back to you here. And welcome back, fans. We got you covered there now, and that is a three from one of the guys I was getting wrong in the first half because I had a misspelled sheet. We are still cleaning up our messes here a little bit. So it's Velarde was in the corner for three, and now right back at it comes Riverview, and that is Matt Susi for three. So reset here now, fans, now that we're settled in, 31-30, Riverview and McNaughton. And I am joined hold on, I don't think you're... Oh, there we go. Sorry, fans, we're back in business. All right. So a three up top again, this time from Caleb Gautreau. And Riverview spreads the lead out to 34-30. So 34-32 now, Royals. And from the corner goes, that is a shot from Caleb Gautreau, and that is missed. And McNaughton now brings it up, and it's Velarde. Off to Orozco. And Steele. Cooper. And he is hammered. All right. All right, fans, there we go. So we've got everything reset here now. So I'm gonna reset us here now, fans, so we're all set. So 34-33, Riverview. Caleb Cooper at the line, and I am joined by Mr. Reinders, Gerard Reinders from the Mount Allison coaching staff. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, it's good. It's good to be
Thanks
here.
for joining me for a couple minutes. So now we've got a few minutes with you, and if you do a good enough job, I'm just gonna tell Taya Bailey to go away. and you're just going to stay with me the rest of the week. Is that all right?
All right, I'll try not to do that then.
Attaboy. So what have you seen so far out of this game for Riverview and McNaughton?
Well, it's a little bit nostalgic seeing the boys filling in over there for McNaughton tonight.
Right?
We had a lot of good battles when I was still coaching Riverview. So.
I know, right? So this is a one-time only for them, but, you know, a little bit of nostalgia, you're right. So nowadays forget high school coaching, you've moved on to my other alma mater. You used to be at one alma mater of mine, Riverview High. Now you're at another one, Mount Allison, coaching for my old coach, Steve Chapman. And you guys have kind of a disappointing start for you guys, I think, if you look at it at the start of the year. But you had kind of a weird little bit first half as far as injuries go and stuff a little bit. How do you guys feel about how the season ended?
Yeah, I mean, you set it up pretty well. We finished going into the break 3-4. You know, our 4 losses combined, I think it's 24 or 26 points. So
yeah.
All single-digit losses, and you know, it speaks to the league really, which is what you want, right? You got to show up every night, and you got to perform, and we've just been on the wrong side of 4 close games.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys, as we see McNaughton force another Riverview turnover. The McNaughton defense really the story of this game largely. A lot of these guys and girls that are in these games are going to be playing in the ACAA in the near future. This is a real kind of a show-out spot for a lot of these players to get to the next level. A lot of them can go maybe AUS, but a lot of these players will end up in ACAA.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, this tournament has always been so nice as a recruiting tool for our league, right? Whether it's been us or, I mean, clearly Crandall hosting it, you know, has always had a nice advantage doing that, and we've always seen coaches from Nova Scotia make it up for this tournament. So they're probably watching instead of attending here with us. So.
Yeah, and McNaughton really the story of the start of this half especially is McNaughton really outworking Riverview, hitting the glass, rebounding, playing more solidly at the defensive end, and showing more offensive toughness too, getting into their stuff.
Well, exactly, yeah, and they've created a couple easy ones out of their defense, right?
Yeah.
You know,
and he has not gotten going.
And exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Stoyles, I mean, you count. Riverview really counts on him to rein in 3, 4, 5, 6 of those puppies a game, and he hit his first one, and since then, really, I think Cooper Carson has been tremendous for Bernice McNaughton at that end of the floor. He's sometimes they switch off of him, but he's been the primary on Stoyles a lot and done a terrific job.
Yeah, I see Stoyles has his leg taped up there, so I don't know if that's bothering him a little bit. But I mean, not to take away from the McNaughton defense, they have made a good effort on him.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've certainly tightened it up coming out of half here.
Yeah.
Actually taking the lead now. So.
Yeah. And Hunt Mugga was the story of the first half of Riverview. He hasn't done much. He's been pretty quiet here to start the half as well. And Riverview forced into late shot clock jumpers, and it's run down in the corner.
Someone's down.
Yeah, it was run down in the corner there pretty well by a man whose name I was butchering for most of the first half. This gives me a chance to apologize to Jay Puna. And I think he's okay there in the corner. Yeah, that was scarier sounding than I think it was, but that was a large crash that Noah McDonald made going into the corner, but he hopped up, so good for him. So let me reset, people, my mistakes of the first half. So it's Jay Puna, Caleb Velarde, thanks to the people that printed out my sheet with a B instead of a V on it. So I'll just blame other people for all my mistakes, if you don't mind, Gerard. Is that okay?
It's a silent B?
Yep. It's a silent B. Oh, the mistakes of the early part of the tournament.
First night, we'll get them all out, right?
Velarde. Yes, it'll roll off my tongue the rest of the weekend, I promise, people. And Ethan Brand, I think I got your name right, man, but I'm going to reinforce it. Ethan Brand, I'm pretty sure I got it right. Look at that. Gets way up in the air. Oh, my. Jack Orozco skying. He's got some hops to him.
Over the big man, too.
Yeah, and finished through some hands, too. That was an impressive board and finish from Orozco, who's had a terrific game so far. And a nice catch there and kick out, and That's another 3 up by
Little offensive
Gautreau and
rebound
short.
there off the 1-4 set. I like
Yeah.
that.
Rinsler, he's kind of one of those do-everything types for Riverview.
Oh.
That was a lot of contact, but he didn't earn a trip to the line.
Missed the whistle there, I think.
I think so, too. And Mr. Rinsler looked pretty confused. But the refs have let them play. The girls' game, too, was pretty physical, but they let the girls play. Haven't seen too many calls to complain about, and I got to play for these probably refs again at some point in my terrible men's league career, so
Yeah,
I should watch myself.
we see them too. So
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be good.
Yeah, you got to be a good boy. Can't let it get around. And another late shot clock situation. Riverview's got to just throw one up, and it's missed by Gautreau.
They're not as active on the boards this half.
They really aren't, and Riverview's got a lot of lengthy, twitchy guys with springs, and you think they would be adept at the boards, but it's really been McNaughton. But that possession was closed out well by Hunt Mugga with another rebound. Really been the player of the game so far for Riverview. And that is one of these typical possessions in Riverview this game. Just dribble one side and one-on-one, and Ethan Hansen throws one up. That's a nice move and run down. And McNaughton just hustling, getting all the loose balls. Ryan Stultz that time, and he almost gets another one. But Hunt Mugga runs it down. And Hansen on the run. He's going to take it with the left hand, try to kiss it high off the glass, and he does, and he gets a nice roll. And Hansen, a grade 11 kid with a father who's a former champion I mentioned in the first half. His father, Kevin, who's
stay down.
Yeah, and man, that was another nice move, but it was shut down.
I got lucky. That's 2 in a row, right down the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gautreau misses one. Deverex, who's the other name I was butchering, and I have no excuse for that one because Todd was sitting next to me going Deverex, and I thought he was mispronouncing it when he wasn't. And so that's my bad. Mr. Deverex, not Devereaux. It's the Moncton pronunciation. I don't know how you guys do it across the river from Riverview sometimes. All right, and Mr. Velarde gets him into their offense. Ryan Stultz on the move. Kicks it to Briand. And around the bend comes Velarde. Gets caught in the air.
Travel?
Yeah.
Travel.
Yeah, he says he came down before he passed it. And that was probably a better stop and kick the ball out situation than try to force it inside through hands for Velarde. Stoyles back in. Into Deverex.
Square up in that
out
one.
To Rinsler. Out to Rinsler. And he had his feet set and he was ready to shoot. I watched these guys play
back up one now.
On Saturday, and they scored 115 points without breaking a sweat against St. Malachy's. And I remarked, I thought if they were a tougher offensive team ready to shoot when they caught the ball, they probably could have scored 150. And he was ready to shoot on that play was Mr. Rinsler, but also ready to shoot was Ethan Briand with a little spin move and finish for McNaughton, putting them back up one.
Good job squaring it up in the high post there.
Yeah.
Recognizing an opportunity.
Terrific. And Rinsler took some contact on the box out. Looking for a call and doesn't get it. Gets knocked to the ground by Mr. Briand. But that's what I'm talking about. Offensive toughness. Like people associate toughness with defense. And you got to be tough on the offensive end too. Absolutely. And Riverview's getting pushed around a little bit by McNaughton. And it's the reason why they're down one.
Let's see if we can lock in here and
little
jersey
pull.
pull
Away with
there.
a jersey pull and another lucky one that gets through there for Velarde. Finds its way to the 3-point line to Puna, but doesn't go and run down on the corner by Riverview. And Gautreau comes the other way and doesn't get back and gives up a break. And that was two mistakes there by Caleb Gautreau. He turned the ball over and then didn't get back.
Yeah, I think that's a good timeout there.
It is a good timeout because Riverview is really struggling, down 42-39. So I talked about it. I mean, to me, Gerard, it's a matter of toughness so far in this quarter that McNaughton is showing Riverview isn't. Is that really the Is that the whole story, you think, or what's going on here for Riverview this quarter?
Well, I mean, they haven't gotten. What was the halftime score? Do you have it written down there? They
Oh,
haven't gotten
man,
a
it
whole lot
was-
going in this quarter.
No.
It's been a lot of empty possessions, and now, you give McNaughton runouts off their defense.
Yep.
You give up easy ones.
28-25 was the halftime score, right? Yep, 28-25.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, really 9 points so far in this, 11 points so
11
far in this
points,
quarter.
yeah.
I mean, that's Riverview is. Like I said, they scored triple figures almost twice on the weekend. I mean, they're expecting to be a high-scoring team.
Yeah, I watched them play Rossay there on last weekend
Yep.
as well, and same thing. That was up into the 80s. They took them to overtime. So
Yeah, and you got to be able to win more than one way
absolutely
in this
yeah.
game. You got to be. The shot's
were
not falling.
Well, that's it. And they were doing a good job going to 15 there in the pick and roll in the
Yep.
first half, and I don't think
They haven't gone back to
I don't
it.
think he's had a touch.
No, they haven't gone back to it once. So, I mean, you got at some point you go back to what was working for you. But they built up. I mean, it was with a minute and a half left in the first half, too. I mean, it ended 28-25, but a minute and a half left. It was 28-19.
Yeah.
So since then, I mean, it's just a deadly run here from McNaughton that's covered the bulk of 2 quarters here almost.
Okay. Here's that screen and roll.
Yep.
It's like we knew.
Yep. Man, we're smart. There's a reason they got us to do this. Look at that.
There you
That's
go.
what he's looking for. Get his feet set, knock it down.
Yep.
We'll see if that creates something. But out of that timeout, it was interesting. McNaughton took their man-to-man off and went to zone. As Bradley Steele works inside for 2.
We
And now-
celebrated that make
He did.
a little more and forgot to guard the other end.
Forgot to guard the other end. So at the end of 3 now, McNaughton has edged in front 44-42 as we go to break. So join us again in about 90 seconds, fans. Thank you. And we're back, and I'm rejoined by the great former RHS coach and current Mount Allison. Notice I didn't say great former RHS player.
There you
Notice
go.
I did not say
Hey,
that.
You coached me, so
It
it's your
was
fault.
my fault. It was
your
yes.
fault I didn't get great.
I am joined by a man I coached once. This is just disastrous how old I am. So the start of the 4th as we reset here. Riverview stuck 2 to McNaughton, and Stoyles feeling it a little bit after that make.
There's the big man.
There he is.
There we go.
Making his presence known. You got to figure Riverview's got to find a way to get him the ball in the 4th quarter.
Oh, a little.
That's good hustle. That is good hustle there by Matt Susi getting on the ground. You don't mind those fouls as a coach, especially early in a quarter.
Yeah, it shows a little bit of.
Yeah.
A little bit of a pulse out of them.
Yeah, a little bit of a pushback.
Yeah.
You know, show some Give McNaught a little bit of the toughness they've been showing you.
Yeah, a little full court D to
Yes.
come out here.
Oh yeah, they want
Dropping, staying in man.
Yeah, McNaught and coaches probably swallowed a little bit there with Steele bringing the ball up. That's not probably his job, but he did a good job of it that time. And Cooper inside, too hard off the glass, and rebounded by Hunt Mugga.
Oh, let's push the ball.
And the other way, yeah, exactly right. Riverview probably wants to be playing at a quicker pace than this, but McNaught won't let them get there.
They are back to the screen and roll, certainly.
They are. They're trying to get back to what worked in the first half a little bit more, but
good box out there.
Really good box out, and the shots are not falling. And Deverex made one in the first half, but has not made much since. And that is good side to side by McNaught, and that's a big rainbow three.
There. Oh.
By Stultz that did not go in, and Riverview there's no flow to anything that they're really doing in the full court, half court.
Yeah.
They're really feeling it. They're stuck. It feels stuck in the mud.
Yeah, McNaughton's doing a good job taking away that first pass, trying to slow them down, make them get into their stuff.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. They know that Riverview wants to get out and run, and whatever way they can. And look, there's that screen roll again. The first time of the tournament won't be the last time that those glasses get knocked off. How does he play in glasses? I asked Todd in the first half. I don't know,
tie
man.
those on.
I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be a Kurt Rambis situation.
Yeah.
You know,
goggles.
Yeah. Oh, well defended there again. You get the ball and a set play in the corner. Stoles, and he's in and out again.
Now we're back on the glass here.
And yes,
see,
a
that
good
was
follow.
that was the difference in the third quarter. There really was.
Yep.
Riverview getting after it on the glass.
Absolutely. So Susi, aggressive start to the fourth quarter for him. Little spark from him, and he's going to the line. Hopefully, give Riverview the lead back. This is a big fourth quarter. I mean, this is a big fourth quarter when we're talking about the results of the tournament, because I mean, it's a short tournament. You got 3 games to qualify, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a big fourth quarter. Whoever wins this fourth quarter is going to be in real prime spot to advance in this tournament.
Yeah, no, this first night is always one that's super important, because that local team, you know who you're playing, typically in front of all of your fans.
Yep.
And yeah, for seeding purposes, that this first game always matters. So.
Oh, and a nice move inside again from Cooper Carson.
He's get on there.
He's really been a difference maker, I think, in this game. Has Cooper Carson, both ends of the floor, especially. He's really set the tone in the first quarter for them defensively on Stoyles, and I don't want to take anything away from the rest of the defenders because they've rotated a few guys through Stoyles. Orozco's been on him quite a bit as well and done a good job. So
shot.
That's a rainbow of a free throw. Wow, bringing the rain.
I don't know. We don't have a foul count, do we? They took 15 out. That's foul trouble. They got to, keep that ball on the perimeter. He's been an important piece on the offensive end. So
he really has. You really feel like you got to use your golf voice in the empty gym. We got to get used to using our golf voices. And this part of the game, I feel like in the first half, I might have, with my loud booming voice, might have disrupted some free throws. And he's 1 out of 2. Ooh, that looked like it hit the.
Called that a little too early.
That looked like it hit the out of
court?
bounds court up top, but I've been wrong before. Apparently, I'm wrong again. And a nice lefty take there from Ethan Hansen, and he missed the bunny, and it's going to be a foul on Riverview going the other way.
Getting too aggressive on the glass now.
Yeah, establish your position.
Subs in here. Don't
rely on jumping over the back. Using your long arms and athleticism, you got to use your feet and box out. And Velarde will initiate the offense for the Highlanders. Off to Orozco, being defended hard out there by Susi. Beats it, and then a big block down underneath by Stoyles.
On the backside there.
On Carson, rotates over and helps out after some nice penetration there by Orozco. Some kind of a call here on the out-of-bounds play. Send the back screen, and it worked, but
Oh,
Oh my goodness, and Susie wasn't paying attention, hit him in the back, and Riverview pays for it. Riverview defended that set play pretty well and should have had a turnover, but
couldn't find it.
couldn't find it. And they trail by 2 again. And that screen roll, you got a blind pass to the corner. Good catch in there by Deverek, steps in.
Down.
It's a good looking shot, but that's Noah McDonald. Forces the out of bounds
I think I'd
off
be
of
telling him
McNaughton.
to have shot that first one.
The first one, yeah, you want him taking that 3, don't you?
Yeah.
You look to be pretty wide open, but maybe it's a confidence thing. He made one in the first half and's missed a few since. Maybe he's looking to get one, and there's Carson again with the theft. And a coast to coast, and that's not the first
That
time he's
pressure on
done
the
that.
wing by McNaughton has it's been good.
Yeah, Carson's been terrific.
Oh, rejects the screen.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
pretty.
Nice find.
And a quick timeout by
Didn't like
McNaughton.
Nick didn't like that one.
No, he did not at all. And I think he's probably, if I know, I think I know what's going on there, because Gautreau more often than not rejects that screen, at least so far in this game.
Yeah.
I've seen him. He's done a lot of that rejecting of the screen, and they probably talked about that. And they got lost in that rotation that time, so they're probably going to talk a bit about it. So,
yeah, if your help goes across there, you've got to have somebody drop in.
yeah. So as this fourth quarter wears on now, Riverview has shown, a little bit more fight, a little bit more toughness in this quarter. And I think coming home, I think maybe the telling story is going to be a battle at the defensive end. Which team continues that defensive toughness at their end?
Oh, absolutely. Got to control, right? One and done, right?
Yep.
One and done, and I think, for Riverview, the key is going to be keeping the McNaughton guards out of the paint.
Yep. And getting paint touches themselves. We talked about with Todd in the first quarter. The telling story was McNaughton aggressively driving that paint and splitting those double teams that Riverview tried to trap sometimes. Split them, paint touches, kickouts. They didn't score as efficiently as they wanted to. They probably deserved a bit of a lead in that first quarter, but they were playing the right way. And Riverview kind of is allowing McNaughton to dictate what's going on here a little bit.
Yeah, off that first handoff. Flattening it out too much.
Way too much, eh? And Velarde sneaks in with a floater.
That's a tough one.
That is. That's a nice finish from him for Velarde. Gautreau initiates. Screen and roll with McDonald.
You're right,
Rejects
he does
it again.
that a lot.
And that's gotta. And if that was what the timeout was about, then that's gotta be driving him crazy over there, Mr. Stoltz. So again, rejects the screen, drives it. He's just comfortable doing that, and he's very quick, even if you know what's coming. Gautreau's got that athleticism, that burst, that handle, even to beat it, even if you know what's coming.
Yeah, and he gets it up quick enough after he beats his man.
Yep.
That help rotation's got to be real quick and meet him.
Yep.
Further outside that paint. Or you'll give up those.
Yep. And that's a wide open 3 that's missed from Puna, but rebounded in the corner by Orozco, and he's hassled, but Cooper comes over to help him out. Oh, and a pretty pass. Two of them for a wide open 3. Oh, yes.
Missed that one twice.
That was gorgeous.
Nice extra time.
Gorgeous hookup. Orozco for Puna, and he took a charge at the other end, does he?
There, that's probably what they were looking for.
Saw it coming that time.
Yeah. And
it's tough to get, at the university level with more experience. You can talk to your guys about we play the screen roll this way, but you got to play it differently for different ball handlers.
Absolutely.
And it's tougher to do that in high school. You coach them to handle a pick and roll, a screen and roll. They don't know to adapt to a different guy. And another open 3 for Velarde, and he wanted that one. And it's going to go back to Riverview, but 4-point deficit here for Riverview, which feels like a 10-point deficit in this game. It's been 2 points or 1 point
very close,
for so long.
Forth, All right, switch
Gautreau,
sides.
takes the screen that time, goes over the top. McDonald wasn't there, so he moved the ball to Susie. Stoyles.
They're doing a good job on Stoyles.
They're
not
doing
getting
a
any
terrific
space.
job.
Yeah.
They need something from him. And Stoyles wanted him to swing it, and he didn't do it. Went back into the teeth of the defense. And Orozco.
All right, fine, good.
Paint touch. They didn't want it. They wanted to be a little more patient. Get something going to the hoop, and he does. Orozco collects with the left and finishes. Nice move from him.
Yeah, a little balance set there.
Yeah. They're far more
off the down screen and
far more patient.
Yeah.
They're far more they're better at Riverview so far in this game of giving up the good shot for the great. And that was one where that's the one you feel like Stoyles, I haven't shot it in a while.
Yeah.
So I got to get one up.
I got to get one, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not what you want from him. You want him with his feet set.
Yeah. Well, and that's one, if he does get going, you know, that he'll make those. But
He will, 100%.
they've done a good job taking him out of his rhythm.
Yeah, but he's not in the flow. He's not like you got to be in the flow. You got to be feeling confident. You got to have one go down to start before you start getting up those fadeaways, the ones with their feet set, the 5 feet outside the 3. Not that he can't make those, but he's got to get into the flow a little bit, and you can just kind of feel it getting away from Riverview here.
Well, that's lots of time on the clock, but as close as it's been, that 6-point lead. And extending here feels like panic time.
And Hunt Mugga is again been largely silent, and not really all his fault.
Yeah, just brought him back in there. He was picked up. I'm not sure how many fouls, but he's back in here. So we'll see if we can get him going. There's the screen. There, now that's, well, I would have liked to shoot it instead of that floater.
Instead of the floater, right?
But he avoided the charge. He's made the
pass.
adjustment.
Very smart pass. Just didn't go in. So while we discuss our potential players of the game here for Moncton and Riverview, which we'll get into in a minute. Very important job that we have up here.
That's right.
Yep.
Why they pay us the big bucks.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Big decisions.
Yep. So it's interesting to see how they're going to try to get. Yeah, again, they tried to, just like he forced a shot, they forced the pass to him. They're trying to get, and now they're frustrated, and they're smacking the ball at each other, and it's a little bit, they got to just collect themselves and run the offense.
Okay, little elevator screen there, try to get him to work.
Nice fake. But again, forced it a little bit. And he wants another screen. I would too if I were him. But another force, just forcing it.
Yeah, Moncton, locking it down now. Yeah.
Moncton's playing very, very smart, and Riverview isn't. Riverview is trying to force it through their best player instead of playing the game and allowing his talents to flow within the offense naturally. They can't, run an elevator screen for him, but if they run 2 guys at him, you got to have an option off of that.
Yep.
And he seems to be not allowing that option to develop. He wants to get his. He's trying really hard to get his team back in it all in one possession.
Yeah, and you can't have the other 4 guys on the floor looking for him to do it for them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So not only do you have to be available, you've got to want to, be part of that contribution. So
yeah.
It's going to be interesting because they're going to have to pick it up here now, down 9 with 3 to go.
Yeah, you got to figure that Mark McAleese over there, the review coach, is talking about
time and score.
Talking about time and score. Talking about extending the defense. Yeah. They like to play 94 feet. He talked about not wanting to play as much maybe this week with a couple guys injured early in the season, still getting their legs under him. But if he wants this win, now's the time to extend the defense and try to you need some quick hoops. You need to create some things off your offense because in the half court, they can't feel terribly confident about their half court offense right now.
No, it's going to be hard to turn over Caleb and Jacko. Moncton's got a nice backcourt there.
A really nice backcourt, yeah. And I mean, that backcourt tandem could be a contender for player of the game. My choice is Cooper Carson for Moncton. I think he's been terrific all game, creating offense for them, driving the hole, but also he really set the tone in that first half and didn't let Stoyles get off. It was in his shorts the entire first quarter, and has rebounded the ball well. So, but you could have convinced me on Orozco. You could have convinced me on Velarde. You could have convinced me on a few guys. For them, they've been terrific. But our choice for McNaughton Player of the Game is Cooper Carson for his lockdown D.
Yeah, no, it's important for the players too to get that recognition for the defensive side and not just
100%.
looking at the box score. So
100%.
I like that decision.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Oh, I love validation. Oh, got to go to their golf voices again. Velarde, calmly, 2 out of 2 at the line for him. Senior. You love the senior point guards, don't you? You love them.
Oh, veterans at any level.
Yep.
You rely on them.
Difference makers, often. And review again. Gotro. And they're playing a little bit of.
Gonna get some shot.
Yeah,
Oh,
just, and yeah, he's been
He's
terrific. He's been terrific too. Orozco's been
they're
absolutely
not shortening that
spectacular.
pass. They're trying to go wing to wing. I mean,
Nope.
that's 3 or 4 of those he's picked off this half.
It's not going to get there. They keep
No.
trying to make it. It's not going to get there.
And they're just, nice.
Yeah.
They're just switching everything on that high pick and roll now.
And that's our player of the game for Riverview. Even though he's been largely quiet in the second half, he was so impactful in that first half.
Yeah,
You got to give it to Marcus Hunt-Mugga for Riverview. And this game is looking more and more like a L on the board for Riverview High, and McNaughton putting a stranglehold on things. Oh, nice movement there. And he loves that floater a little too strong this time, but there's our man.
There he is. Yeah.
Validating my choice. Thanks, Cooper. Love you, buddy. Big offensive rebound and a little primal screen from our man. The guys are into it. Empty gym be damned. Loving it. And the coaching staff is happy to get a substitute win here for their guy. Orlando, if you're watching, I hope you're happy with how your guys have performed in your absence.
Come back soon.
Yes, please. Or stay away longer, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Are you the problem, Orlando? No, you can't be. No. We're not going to say that about our man. He's obviously prepared them well. And Cooper with another rainbow free throw. And Riverview in desperation mode at this point. They
It's
gotta
wild
start.
how fast a gap can widen in this game.
Yeah, and what you got to remember here is the tiebreaker is points for and against.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's another factor.
Yeah,
so you
gotta-
can't
yeah,
you
you
can't
just let the wheels fall off.
fritter
there.
away the last minutes, which is what they're doing. It's gone from I mean, it was 5 points here not that long ago.
Yeah,
And now we're at 16. And
Yeah, we've given 6 or 8 off the free throw line, right?
Yep. And you're looking at a tough ask in your last 2 games. And look, they're
Back
running
off the double screen, but
See, and they ran
Give it
two
to
guys. They ran 2 guys to him, and they didn't have anybody coming to him quickly
there,
enough.
Shoot that one there.
Pretty. Get in. There you go.
Inside out. Simple game.
Yeah. Love to see it. Wanted to see some things go well here for Riverview here in the last few minutes, just like I was hoping some things would go well for the Benice Moncton girls in the first game. They just didn't have it, and kind of Riverview didn't have it today. A low shooting percentage, combined with too many turnovers, combined with the team playing.
A pretty low scoring game all in all for this,
But
for this Riverview team. They've got the firepower to put up a lot more than 54.
they do, and McNaughton clearly has the defensive acumen to shut teams like this down.
Yeah. They certainly they had a game plan and
they got
it figured.
a solid
Wow.
grade 12 point guard.
Little Kawhi Leonard
Not a-
3 bouncer there.
You gotta be good to be lucky, says Velarde. That was my backspin I put on it. And this game is gonna end in a McNaughton victory, and they're gonna be happy. But nice roll by Hunt Mugget, but good save on the baseline from Hanson. And they're gonna get one to go.
And one. They have not let him do that
They haven't.
much this game.
Nope. So Gotro with the chance for an and one, and like we say, all these points are important potentially for the tiebreaker stuff down the road. So Riverview, that's why you're seeing, I mean, maybe in other games they might empty the bench a little bit more. But I'm sure he's thinking about the crossover possibilities.
Yeah.
That's why they're still up, pressing the ball a little bit. Mulu Morrison on the floor now for a little bit of pressure too. He's going after Jay out top. Mr. Puna. I love that lefty cross court from Velarde. Really sets up his team well with those cross court passes, the ones that Riverview has been turning the ball over on.
Yeah, it's that screen down. It's that double,
Yep.
just out of that bound there.
That action, yeah.
Yeah.
Gets another one to go to his Gotro, so.
But dribbles it over, right, to shorten that pass a little
Yep.
bit too, and then
Yep.
hits the man, that foul line extended area. Might be a little too late here.
Nice look, though.
That's nice catch.
Yeah, nice catch and gather by
Yeah.
Hunt Mugga. And these could be important points. Late, you don't want to let them have they want them to dribble it out.
There.
So
Yep. That's game.
this game's going to end in a 70-61 final. Bernice McNaughton's got to be pleased about how their 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic has started. The girls didn't come out on top, but the guys did. And that was a defensive show of excellence from Bernice McNaughton.
Yeah,
and
that was a good effort.
Gerard Reinders. I think that was a pretty impressive showing from a team. And this is one I talked about Todd in the first half. A couple of the coaches mentioned this is as wide open for the provincial title as it's ever been.
I think so, yeah. I mean, we'll
Up to 8 or 9 teams even were mentioned as potentially Aiken Center, and McNaughton and Riverview both were in that group that I was given by the coaches. So McNaughton's got to feel pretty confident. A nice win like that over a high-powered offensive team with their veteran backcourt playing that well, and their defensive cohesiveness, that's got to be really confidence building for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's early in the season, but you got to be thinking about long term the whole way, right? And this tournament has always been a great setup. Always have typically had the best teams in the province, and letting them showcase themselves early, before the holidays about what they're going to see long term. So
yeah. So thanks for joining me, my friend. That was
pleasure.
fun. So maybe we'll do that again later in the week. But fans, for now, we're going to sign off for a bit. But you're going to get me back, in about, I'm not sure now, half an hour now for the fourth case, for the final game of the night. It's Moncton High School boys and Harrison Trimble boys. So join us, please, won't you, for the last game of the night. Sign off for now.